Tumbling shebang. Welcome to our show. Because you guys are doing well, because I'm having a wonderful day on this glorious, and I do mean glorious day of the 14th of September 25. Bit of a raspy voice. We sang the whole night yesterday. We're gonna do some Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Now, I gotta say, today is the 14th. The show leaves on the 16th, which means that I have 2 whole days to watch it. Do I think that I can watch 6 seasons in 2 days? I don't think I can. I'll be completely honest, I don't think I can. So here's the good news and here's the bad news. But the good news and before. So the good news here is the fact that I work well under pressure. I was cocky. I was a fool thinking that I was gonna be able to do everything, but because we're a fool, it's a very humbling experience. Do you watch a show because you don't have time, or do I get to watch a show as much as I can and recap as much as I can? And I think the answer is both. I think the answer is little A. I get to watch it as much as I want, and get as much as I can, right? And if I finish it, hell yes. If I don't finish it, well, that's life, right? So without further ado, let's continue. As I recall, we watched a couple of episodes, and it was so good. It was so good. We stopped at the Boyle Linetti wedding, which was honestly like a little bit of a disappointing episode, but still, because you're expecting amazing comedy, but it's one of those shows that you kind of need. So yes. Okay, so we are at where? We are at on break. Enemy for Life. I don't know which one it is. Enemy for Life. Yeah, because you see, this is in French, so you have to remember what it is. Yep, it's on break. Yeah. Yeah. So we have something that is super funny. We have a cold opening, which is Jake giving up a relationship. Enemy for Life, which is the wedding of the Boyles and Linetti. You see, they tell you in French. They don't really tell you at. Oh, I am so sorry. This is not it. See, I watched 6 episodes today, and I get them mixed up. So Enemy for Life. So you have the care package, which is Jake bringing the stuff back to Sophia. You remember that Sophia was his lawyer girlfriend. Thank you so much for reminding me. By having a lawyer girlfriend, he betrayed the whole 9-9, but it's okay. That's for another episode. It's for another show. So in this one, it's kind of funny because he misses her, right? And he's trying as much as he can. And this is kind of the first time you can tell that that Peralta isn't super used to being rejected. Right? So there you go. So they have the drill, which is something that's super important. Now, what is the coolest thing is they talk the season 1 training camp, and they made it better. They made it the federal training camp, which is a good thing because it is the season 1 the same plot. However, it's a completely different thing. Season 1 was Jake wanting to go out with Amy. Season 2 is Jake wanting to get back with Sophia, which are both about love, I guess. But it's a step above, which is super freaking cool. I'd say the MVP of this episode is Charles Boyles, and when Charles Boyle is the MVP, we all rejoice. Can I hear you say we all rejoice? We all rejoice.
Last time you watched Saturday, you watched cartoons the entire time. Well, that's not. Work this out and get back to me. Both of you requested to have this Saturday off, but I need one of you to work.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. So Rosa and Amy requested to have Saturday off, which is super cool because they said, oh, we have this reason for that, we have this reason for this, which is great because you realize and as much as this episode is about Charles and Jake, it's also about Amy and Rosa. Amy and Rosa form this bond, which is super cool. So Amy wants this she wants this day off, and it is super nice because Amy's reason isn't as good as Rosa's reason, but Rosa's reason only is good when you understand what's going on. So she says that she has to go supper with her family, and then Amy's like, yeah, but you ate your family, so just give me the Saturday off. And now Rosa is like, no, I really need Saturday. And then we learn that she wants to present Marcus to the parents, So she means she likes him, right? Which is super cool. Next up, Jake comes back with the sex tape joke. Oh my god, this is such a good episode. This is such a good episode. Gina and Alt, Gina is bored. Now, what I kind of don't like here is you're repeating two plots in one episode. So is the whole crazy cupcake again a bit different? So basically what you're doing is there is a psych test online where you can say, okay, well, what type of personality you are. And then Gina and Alt get the same thing, which is kind of sad because Alt will be offended at that. Gina is happy that they have both, and Alt will be offended at that. Because Alt gets offended at that, he's going to try to sabotage Gina to prove that she is not on his level. So we have this squad. Jake gets into a fight with Nick Kroll himself. Nick Kroll is the ultimate douchebag, but Jake acts like a hotshot when in grade. See, in the police, this is one of the worst thing. It doesn't matter how good of a police officer you are, right? It's all about rank. If your rank doesn't mean shit, then you don't mean shit. Lo and behold, so from what I understand, am I a cop? No. Do I understand the cops' politics? No. Am I gonna pronounce myself on it? Absolutely. So because Jake and Nick Kroll got into it, Nick Kroll is like, yo, you're the hostage, which is cool because we learned in the last training camp how they treat the perps. So the roles are reversed, how the mighty have fallen. But Boyles is sad because they spend the whole day attached to a chair. And the whole day Jake is thinking about Sophia and how much she misses him and how much she didn't text him. So Charles like, yeah, let's fucking do it. And what happened is they get free. And because they get free, Jake is not able to think about it, you know? And that's super cool. Because Jake thinks about it. And then, even then, if they win, Charles acts like a freaking leader. And he says, hey, Jake, are you down for taking that douchebag Kroll out? Amy, Rosa, your score are equal. Are you down to make it not equal? So he's motivating the troops, which is, I can say, I did not see that. They have a thing called hostage. They take out the stage and it's hose, which is super funny. Jake gets in trouble, which is super funny because we learn of Charles. The best joke of the episode is Charles had a dog called Molly, which was his first dog, and Jake's making fun of her because she's dead. She's like, oh, she's in hell. And Charles like, no, she was a good puppy. She's in heaven. She's in dog heaven. Which reminds me of a movie. All dogs dies in heaven. We have a score, which is Rosa and Amy, the one that have the most points. The one that have the most win. Saturday off. Now we have Cruz that comes in, and Cruz is like, yo, he's very thankful because this is a huge opportunity for the precincts, because what it does is like Homeland Security, FBI, and then NYPD, which again with the ranking is lower. I got no voice. I sang the whole night yesterday, not karaoke in my apartment alone. Is it sad? No, it's pretty cool. It's gangster. So Terry's like, yo, we're so thankful that you have us for your trial. But then they call the cops fats, and then Terry gets mad, and Terry, it's so funny because we destroy the chair, and it's just a bad performance. Terry is a monster, but he's a happy monster, right? So there you go. Charles, super good speech. Super good speech. And Kroll, I gotta say, I like the Kroll show. I didn't watch him in a lot of stuff. I didn't watch Big Mouth. I didn't watch a lot of things that he's in. But I did watch Kroll show because I thought it was funny. My favorite Kroll show sketch, Publicity, which is really good. Publicity is the shizzle. If you don't know what Publicity is, you're missing out. Trust me. So this is 17 out of... No, let's go. Hope it's almost done. And so we're gonna do these. I have to upgrade these. I love the tower. I love me some towers. Okay, next on the list. Um, Jake spent a ton of reference between Die Hard, and apparently Die Hard is the best cop movie that it is. Here's where I do it coming out. I have never watched Die Hard. Not the first one, not the second one, not the third one, and the fourth one. I know I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud. I call myself a connoisseur of modern art, but I never saw Die Hard. I'm a fraud. So this is super funny because this will give the ID to Kroll. Jake's like, "Fuck you, Kroll. We're not gonna go down. Right now we're hostage. We're no more hostages. We're having you guys hostage. So now you don't want us pizza." And this is also a funny moment because Charles like, "Oh, I wanted my pizza special way. Otherwise it's gonna be soggy." And then Jake's like, "Sure." And then Charles gets a pizza, but it's soggy. It's like, "Did it play us all along, Jake? It's a trap." Which was really, really funny. They go in and they destroyed everybody except for Mr. Kroll, which is super cool. I have learned what a blondie is today. And again, old trying to get Gina to be discredited, which is sad. But there's a really good ending for that. The only one left is Jake. And apparently in Die Hard, what he does is he pretends like he's surrendering, and then he has a gun taped at his back. So he takes the gun and pow, you know. But so Kroll does that to Jake, and Jake's like, "Oh my God, I've been McCained," which is possibly the name of the main character in Die Hard. I don't know. I know it's Bruce Willis though. I know. I think it's Bruce Willis, and I think there's Keanu Reeves, but I'm not sure. Kroll's pretty badass in this one. So Kroll says you're not invited next year. If you guys are douchebags, which is not him the douchebag. It's not them the douchebag, it's him. Old apologized to Gina, and this is a great ending. He's like, "You know what? The test was wrong. But it wasn't wrong about you, it was wrong about me. I've been a shitty leader and I apologize for that." So gotta say, this is the nicest way to say the situation they could have thought about. So shout out to the writer of B99, or for a couple of people, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And that's the episode, which is pretty cool, huh? I know that's what I said. Yeah, so we have the next one, which is the Wednesday incident, which is possibly one of my favorite, if not my favorite episode of the whole season. Not the whole show, the whole season. Why? Because we got my dearly beloved Kevin. You see, I gotta say, I think I prefer Kevin to... No, I was gonna say that I prefer Kevin to Alt. I don't know, Kevin is so cool. I would trade Kevin with fuck. I would trade Kevin with so many people. Now the question is to who? And the answer is I will not say. I will not say. Which is kind of cool. There's also a really cool scene with Rosa and Amy that I did mention, because I mentioned before, where Rosa tells Amy, like, "Listen, me and Marcus is getting serious. I want him to meet my parents." And I just wish there was more of those moments, because it's a moments of friendship between Rosa and Amy, and we don't see that enough, which for some reason, I don't know why, but we don't see that enough. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Pretty good, huh? Thank you. Cool. Old is very pissed off, and we don't know why. So he gets into a argument with everybody. It's like, "Yo, clean your desk." Walt is being pissed off. So Jake is like, "Yo," he calls the whole precinct. It's like, "Hey, how come Old is in a bad mood?" And what I love here, douchebag hunking for no reason. What I love here is your boss is mad at you. So your first reaction is, let's all leave work. Let's all go hide and not work. And let's talk about it. No, dude, you work and you hope it passes. But hey, what do I know? I'm only a blue-collar French Canadian. So people think that it's Jake that did something, because Jake wanted to celebrate, so he brought some cider, which is called the Wednesday incident. I love this. He takes some champagne and then he pick up the sparkler, which is super funny. Oh yeah, okay. So Charles, so Alt's like, no overtime, which is important because a lot of the cops are doing overtime. I guess, I don't know, again. So Charles like, yo, I did the biggest arrest of my life, which is a bank robbery, and then the bank robbery is a old man, which is a pretty funny scene because the whole time people hate on Charles because like you arrested a poor old man that's kind of dementia, like that is kind of I don't know Charles. It's what you call somebody that has dementia, but it doesn't. It's actually really there. You're playing a role, right? I'll tell Amy or remind me of my granddaughter. And the funniest thing is, when she left, she's like, you know what I'm gonna spend my money on? Hookers. And he said, ha. I love that. And then he laughed. You know what I thought this was a very popular artist or actor. And he basically tells Charles, yes, listen, I steal it from the bank. Jake is trying to get old to see, hey, what's wrong? Is there trouble at home? So this is kind of the best part. We know, and why is this the best part? Because it's just brilliant writing. We know Jake and Gina knew each other from the past. So apparently Jake was the reason that Gina got the job in the precinct. So when Jake got a job for Gina, Gina said, I owe you one. And Jake is like, no, I kept it. Now, time to pay back biatch. It doesn't say biatch, but I would have added biatch myself, you know? I think it's more, no, she's an icon, so. But still, I feel like it's a bit more friend from a long time. Gina, we learned that she's the favorite of Kevin and Alt because when she goes home, everybody from workplace are getting called from their family name. But Gina is Gina versus Mrs. Linetti, which I love. I absolutely love. Kevin is a doll again. So then Jake asks Kevin if there's problem at home, and then Kevin's like, I don't know. He had some plain toast. This is his good mood breakfast. Like everybody's like, okay. What they do is they retrace the steps, which is cool because it shows they care for Alt. See, I'm not gonna be a dick, but there's some people in the precinct that was saying, hey, you need my overtime, and Jake's kind of the only one that says, no. I want to figure it out. I want to figure out why my boss is mad. And this is super sad. There's an episode that made me almost cry. Is Jake and his real father. And this is later on today. We're going to do it today. Jake and his father. His father's an asshole. And then you got Old that comes in and he's a good dad to Jake. So I had to point it out. I had to say it. Okay, next on the list. We have Jake very pissed. We talk about what he's done. This is super cool.
Want to know what I'm going to do with the money I stole? Prostitutes.
That made me really happy. Because it's creepy. Yeah, like I told you. So you go in, and this is the good. This is super fucking funny because he goes to a coffee shop, and Old goes to the coffee shop a lot. And then what happened is the waitress, she's like, oh my god, this is one of the best episodes for Kevin and Old. I just love them. They're the gay that I never needed. I got a wonderful dad, I have to say it. But it's just wonderful. One of my favorite episodes. I'm gonna get I could do energy drinks. Should I do energy drinks? Because I'm kind of thirsty. You got an appointment tomorrow. You know what? There's no day like the present. And fuck the rest. Energy drink it is. I was thirsty too. Why peach Zoa? Why peach Zoa? So cool thing here. What am I saying? Really cool thing here. Charles, this is the second time that he's trying to establish himself as a more of a serious character. And not just a puppy behind Jake. And I gotta say, I kind of like it. So, last episode we had Charles, who had some leadership ability to gather the morale, gather the troops, right? It's cool. Charles has got a big guy. This guy, although old and senile, I'm sorry, still stole from 3 banks, so that's huge. We got something to drink, but I didn't. Inky, you beloved summer's child. Is it better? It's much better. The sound tonight is not that pretty, but we love it. We love it. It's lovely. Of course, we're gonna be playing some The Tower. I don't know what to do. I don't even know. We've been doing the same time for more than 100 hours. Okay, next on the list.
You want to know what I'm...
Oh yeah, I'll go to a coffee shop, and you talk to the waitress, and the waitress like, "Oh, you're Jake," and then she's like, and she's kind of cute too. And this is an item in the show. They make this the greatest comedy show. I have to talk about something. Side note, okay? I know I've been doing side note a lot lately, but I have to do a side note, and this one is important. The last one you can skip. This one is important. The reason why I didn't realize or remember just how good Brooklyn Nine-Nine is the first time I watched it after The Office. So it was funny, but I was doing 18th season of a similar show. Second reason is I was watching it at work, not really enjoying it. Third reason is the 2 times that I watched it, I didn't wait enough. I have a tendency to do that. I have a tendency to do, oh, let's rewatch a game, let's replay a game, let's rewatch a show. When I shortly after I finish it, right? I have a hard time let it go, right? So yeah. So with that being said, I just felt the need to talk about it because Brooklyn Nine-Nine is such a good show, So she goes in and she talks about Jake's like, oh, it's not normal to act that way when you're at your age. And the most beautiful thing out of that is Jake answers that is, are you single? Was it a good moment? Because that established that, okay, well, Sophia is over. Last episode, not 4 episodes ago, we established that Jake wishes Sophia calls him back. This episode, not next episode, this episode, he's looking for someone that's single. So this is really important and really cool. So then she tells him order, which is toast and whatever. And this is super fucking funny because oh my god, the next scene is even better. Because they said it's a boring breakfast, but it's like Kevin's like, oh, this is very good mood breakfast. Now here it is. Jake goes in, and this is my favorite scene ever. So they go in for painting, and he ask what is old painting, and then the guy says old he's fitting just gray rock, and this is so freaking nice because this is my Dundee. Okay, wow, this show wow. So at the end of the episode, because they saw the situation, Kevin gives a gift to 2 people, to Jake and Gina. By the way, now it's Linetti because he's mad at her. But at the end of the show, she gets back to being Gina. So, yes, sir. He gives 2 painting of a rock. And, no, wait. Jake receive number 300 something, and then Jake said, "You guys did 300 painting of these. You guys are fun." Sorry. This is super nice. Old is still pissed. We learn why. Look at this. Terry says to catch another new level of anger, and look at it, what it is. Nice. I love this. Okay. Nice. Wait. Nice.
Here, just keep track of what's going on.
And how you get off.
Okay.
Just keep track of what's going on with all the boxes.
Gina is able to pull through her connection versus the assistant. The assistant apparently have a secret assembly. You don't say it's secret, but I want to say it's secret. Again, when we're looking here, what are we doing? Make sure that you're recording. which you are. Thank you so much, darling. Hey there, Delilah. So the thing, I'm doing so much. There's a day where I'm exhausted, to be honest. So yeah, so there's a secret association. It's not secret, but I like to say it's secret of Gina and all the other bosses. And then we learned that Old was supposed to go to his fencing appointment, but then, and this is this is so cool. Because we learned that Old didn't go to fencing appointment. Kevin is hurt because his husband lied to him. Didn't go to the fencing appointment. And to him, this is the first time that Old lies to him. Now, technically speaking, Old has a very good reason, but you'll see why. So basically, we have... So Jake puts himself in the shoes of Captain Old. I gotta say, Jake...
Captain Holt, is that you? Oh, no, it's Jake nailing your voices.
Look at this. Look at this, look at this, look at this. I love this. I just love this. So Terry, and this is what I love here. Is different people doing different things. So Old is there's the water. Terry is like, okay, well, Old is in a bad mood, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna help him fix it. By making sure that nothing else started the mood, right? It's gonna pass. Just like, no, let's confront him. And I gotta say, I don't know what I would do. I think I'm more of a Terry kind of guy when it comes to this. Which is a great thing. If you were wondering, of course, and you were wondering, right? Cool, me too. Same. Cool. No. Doi. I don't know what doi means, again. So, Scully and Hitchcock take a street flare to have some oatmeal, and then he is really pissed. Old is really pissed because he cuts them. Yeah, so what happened is Old was mugged because 3 people tried to steal from him. What happened is he ended up beating them one by one. Why was he hiding? What was he lying for? Because he got stabbed. Could have passed away. So he said, I don't know what's wrong with me. I shouldn't have acted that. I was impulsive and I regret my action. So it's not anger, it's shame. Darren is super mad because Raymond didn't tell him everything. This is super cool. So he gets pissed in the elevator, which is insane because it's super icy. Fun fact is, I stopped watching here yesterday. Gina gives an idea to Jake to be able to do. This is so good. There you go. Peralta, you're a genius. And this is super cool because when Jake was trying to imitate, what he says here is very sentimental, it's very nice, it's a very cool scene. Old says, like, listen, I was ashamed of what I did. I could have gotten badly injured. It was a stupid mistake. I didn't want to worry my husband, so I had to lie to him, and I felt bad about lying to him. And I was angry at myself, but I took it out on the squad. Is basically what he's saying. The coolest moment isn't that. The coolest moment is he's basically saying, like, how can I put this? This is him putting value on Peralta. And there's time where he complimented Peralta, but Peralta was always more of a project, a passion project, you know? So he's like, and when Peralta was copying Holt, he said, Peralta, you're a genius. And then he says it, so Jake is all messed up. So Kevin goes in, and the first thing he says is like, Peralta and Gina. So what that means is she's back on first name basic, which is amazing.
Thank you. Back on a first name.
Kevin, I am unable and unwilling to discuss personal matters. In addition, thank you for your help.
Look.
Treasure was speaking to Rock for a moment. Rock 59 and 367. Oh, we good rock.
367 paintings of one rock. This guy parties!
Yeah. Amazing show. I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna make another part after that, don't worry. And that is where we say goodbye. I'll see you in a couple minutes with episode 17. Today, by the way, before you leave, because you stay for 2 minutes, so I'm grateful of the time. It's gonna be 17, 18, 19. Wow. I only have 3 episodes left. Wow. My apologies. I'm a madman because I think I'm gonna be able to do it. My apologies. My apologies. People say I don't apologize enough. Well, you didn't see my videos.